Hello everyone, Dr. Jeff Boerger here, answering a question that I am asked often. Why did you become a chiropractor? Love to tell the story. First of all, I was living up in Illinois at the time, had a great job, 4-bedroom house out in the country. Wife was a stay-at-home mom of our 2 beautiful children, and I had carpal tunnel syndrome in both my hands. It was so bad, I was afraid to pick up my 9-month-old son because I was afraid I'd drop him. Well, what do? You go to the medical doctor, he sends you out for tests. They did that test where they stuck the needles up and down your arm. Sure enough, the diagnosis came back. I had carpal tunnel syndrome. We set the surgery date. It was about 2 weeks away, and I just had this uneasy feeling. I just didn't have a peace about doing the surgery. I was telling this to my mom, and my mom said, you know, son, I heard a speaker one time talking about carpal tunnel surgery being the most useless surgery that she'd ever heard. Why don't we see what she says? Through a testament of my mother, who never throws anything away, she found this woman's phone number. So we call, make an appointment. She lived 2.5 hours away from where we lived. But let's check this out. It was worth it. We drive to meet her. She's a chiropractor. I didn't know what a chiropractor was. All I'd heard is they weren't real doctors. Well, through the appointment, she explains that the median nerve definitely can be pinched here in your wrist, but it can also be pinched in your elbow, shoulder, up in your neck, or any combination of the 3. Through the course of our exam, she decided I needed my neck adjusted, and that's exactly what she did. Now, I didn't feel anything right off the bat. That wasn't until I got into the car. I look over at my wife and I start shaking my hands. What did this woman do? I was feeling pain in my hands. I get out of the car, go back into her office, beat my fist on the front desk, and say, what did you do to my hands? I'm feeling pain. And she just simply stated, my dear, I just released your nerve flow. She was right. My hands had been numb. The first thing I felt was pain. Now, the pain didn't last very long, and it took us a little while to get my neck to hold that in the right place, but I could feel my hands again. No scars on these hands, no carpal tunnel surgery. As far as I was concerned at that time of my life, she saved my life. I couldn't shut up about chiropractic. I was telling everybody. Even my close friends were saying, you really need to shut up about this chiropractic thing. That's all you ever talk about. It's pretty obvious I was being led to being a chiropractor. One day, we decided to take a little day trip. Me and my family was going to Mark Twain Cave in Missouri, actually. And we're driving. And through a chance meeting at a gas station, I met up with a gentleman I'd told my chiropractic story to, and he was thanking me for sending me to this woman. It was that second I knew I needed to be a chiropractor. Within the month I was in school. Within that year, we had sold everything, moved to Davenport, Iowa, bought a trailer house, and went back to school. It took 7 years. I didn't know then, but chiropractors go through everything a medical doctor does, except for pharmaceuticals, because we never prescribe drugs. Anyway, it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have no doubt that this is exactly what God had for me to do with my life, is to be a chiropractor and to tell others my chiropractic story.